Right. Good afternoon. I am Susanna Miller Rains, and I'm the social work supervisor at Adult Disability Medical Healthcare. And I am lucky to get to work with many of you, and also really excited about this webinar today. So today's webinar is on self-care during COVID-19, and we will be hearing from my colleague, Robin Wendy Bank. She is a master's in social work intern at the Center for Leadership and Disability, which is also where I work and do contract work with adult disability medical health care. And we will begin to talk about how to take care of yourself during this really weird time we found ourselves in. This webinar is brought to you individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities in partnership with Adult Disability Medical Healthcare, the Center for Leadership and Disability, which is in the School of Public Health at Georgia State University, and by the Georgia Department of Public Health. So I'm going to turn it over to Robin to start.
Hi, everybody. Thank you all so much for coming today to this webinar. I'm very passionate about self-care, and I think it's super, super important during these weird and hard times. So first thing we want to do is just explain what self-care is. And self-care is taking an action for yourself. And it's anything that you do for yourself to help yourself and to look after yourself. So COVID-19 has caused all of us to be stuck at home for a lot longer than we ever would have thought. And being stuck at home has made us often feel lonely. And so during this time of feeling loneliness and being stuck at home, we think it's really important for all of us to take care of ourselves, both within our mind and within our bodies. So this webinar session is going to share some simple self-care tips that hopefully will help you feel better during this time and help you to take care of your mind and body better. So while we're all stuck at home with COVID and being more isolated, there's lots of emotions that brings out in each of us. A lot of us are feeling a lot of anxiety because we don't know how long this is going to last. We don't know what the end result, what it's going to look like when COVID-19 is all, everyone's got the vaccine. We just don't know. There's so many unknowns. And so it causes us all to have a lot of anxiety and worry. Another emotion that often I feel, and I think a lot of other people feel, is depression. We're all a bit sad and we're depressed and we're just all feeling down because our lives are all on kind of hold, aren't they? Because we're stuck at home and we're not being able to go do some of the things that we love doing, going out to eat and going to music concerts, whatever you enjoy doing. We just can't do those kind of things anymore. A lot of people are feeling a lot of worry because people that they love are sick with COVID. They're worried that they might get COVID. They're worried about the effects for themselves on how this is going to all impact them personally and their family members. So there's a lot of really hard emotions and really big emotions that are coming out of all of us as we're stuck at home. So I'd like to ask you guys now, what is one word that would describe how you are feeling right now? If you want to, you can unmute and share that one word, or you could type it into the chat box and we can all read those. Does anybody want to volunteer one word that how they're feeling?
Just very isolated.
Isolated.
And stressed.
Yeah, I think we're all feeling isolated and alone and not able to see people and have that social integration, which is so important in that relationship. Anyone else?
I saw Evan raise your hand.
Evan?
Yeah, I'll try to get the mic on. Well, for me, I am back at work now. I'm in a different place to work at. I took my 2 vaccine already. Well, that one matters to me is this COVID is really annoying.
It is annoying.
That's a good word.
Very annoying. That's the best word I've ever heard of for it. It's just annoying. I don't know. I mean, I'm over it. My daughter this morning said she's done wearing masks. She just
So
hates.
am I.
We're all just over it and done with it. That's a great word, Evan.
Thank you.
In the chat box, I see overwhelmed, very lonely, frustrated. Carson, you put felt pleased. What does that mean?
Means that I'm feeling good about it.
Yeah? What makes you feel good about it?
Like being so pumped up.
Yeah, you like being on the webinar?
Yes,
Yeah, it's fun to interact with people, isn't it?
right.
I hear sad. It is very sad. I find myself very sad sometimes. Are there other ways people are feeling? Thank you all for sharing. Uncertain.
My pleasure.
Thanks, everyone. And if you have anything else to share about how you're feeling, you can put it in the chat box.
Definitely. Thank you guys so much for sharing those feelings. So how do we cope with these feelings? How do we cope with the feelings of feeling lonely and this loss of our freedom and the stress of staying at home? One thing that we can do is we all have to think about ways that each of us deal with stress. How do you express how you're feeling? What works best for you? Is that by talking with friends about stress? Do you talk to your family members? Is there someone in your life that you can trust to talk through how you're feeling? It's really important to get it out and to talk through it and to have people that can empathize with you and just listen sometimes. Another way some people deal with loss or stress is by coloring or drawing or maybe writing, just trying to get some artistic kind of free flowing through different methods of expressing yourself. What is one thing that you do that helps you keep calm? Does anybody want to unmute themselves and share or type in the chat box about one thing that you do personally that helps you keep calm?
I like to text people.
Text people. Yeah, that's great. So it's finding a way to communicate still, isn't it, with texting?
Evan had his hand up.
For me, when I am stressed or something is going on, I'll talk to my sister Allison.
It's nice to have somebody to talk to.
And she's family.
Carson said he listens to music.
I do that too.
Yes.
Exercise, go walking. I've started exercising and walking a lot more lately.
Walking is a great one because it gets you outside as well. So that now that it's spring and feeling the temperature's a bit better, it's nice to walk outside.
At least this week. Who knows
Yeah.
what it'll be like in
Tomorrow, we don't know, but
But it'll be raining tomorrow.
probably.
Yeah, that's what I said.
drawing pictures. Yes. Anybody else want to share what they do to keep calm?
Oh, can I share?
What would you like to share?
I would like to say I like to listen to music and watch kind of movies because of the coronavirus won't let me go to the movies, so I just watch movies on Netflix or something.
Yeah, watching movies is fun.
Yeah.
Somebody else said cooking.
Yeah,
I do
love
that.
cooking. I love cooking too, actually.
I love eating.
Yeah, Me too.
Petting the dog. Dogs can be very soothing.
Dogs are very soothing. Yeah.
Are there other ways that people keep calm? These are some great answers. Thank you guys.
The
Oh,
spelling I
listening to
learned,
Beethoven.
hanging out with my wonderful caregiver.
Are you trying to butter them up?
And he's right here next to me.
Well, I think y'all, those are some great things to think about and to share with others.
And those are great. Someone mentioned texting. So what we want to encourage is we got to find ways that we can still stay connected to our friends and family. Relationships are super important to all of us. So ways that we can stay connected and keep communicating and talking to friends and family. One way is through video chats. So you could do Zoom like we're doing as a video chat, or FaceTiming, or WhatsApp, or on Facebook Messenger. There's loads of
WhatsApp,
different
yeah.
video chats now that makes it easy to video chat with someone and see their face and be able to almost be in the room with them in a virtual kind of way. Another way is to text. Texting is so easy and just a great way to communicate. And email, and then calling people, old fashioned, getting on the phone and just calling people. Sometimes it's really nice just to hear someone else's voice. And then of course, social media. Social media helps us keep in touch with so many different people all over the world, and really keeps us connected in great ways. I will say it is super important to not talk to people on social media that you do not know, and to never give out any personal identifying information on social media. But social media is a great place to connect with people you already know and friends on the internet. So some self-care tips that we have thought through that have helped us, of course, are talking through your emotions and talking through your frustrations, talking with friends about how lonely this is and how isolating and frustrating and how over it we all are, so that you can hear from others about how they're feeling as well and empathize with one another. I often also find that mindfulness, like breathing, works well for me when I'm feeling overwhelmed with my emotions. One thing that I do is I count to 5 with my breathing. So I'll count to 5 and I'll breathe in, and I'll breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'll exhale and I'll count for 5 while I exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it just kind of calms me down. And that's something that I feel like is a really good way to just calm down and to relax, and to when you're feeling overwhelmed with different emotions, one way is just to breathe. And then a lot of you guys talked about exercising. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
What if we practice the breathing? So maybe if I counted for everyone and you hold your breath for 5 seconds and then you let it out for 5 seconds. Can we try that?
Sure.
Yes.
All right. So everybody take a deep breath. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now take it, let it out. All right, let's do it again. Take a deep breath. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it out. Let's do it one more time. Take a deep breath. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it out.
Don't you feel better? That's so relaxing to breathe like that.
Do
It
that
does.
5 or 6 times. You can have somebody count for you, or you can count on your fingers. Whatever helps. But sometimes just taking even 30 to 45 seconds to take some deep breaths can make you feel a little better.
And just to calm your mind. We race, our thoughts just race and race and race. And sometimes that breathing just calms our thoughts and quiets those down. And then a lot of you guys talked about exercising.
Yes.
Exercising looks different to all of us. Just moving your body is important. I find myself some days and I'm like, I haven't moved from the same chair all day. And I'll feel just awful in myself, but I've got to get up and move my body, whether that's moving into a new room or walking or rolling in your chair to a new room, or just simply putting your hands up in the air to just stretch your hands, or whatever outlet you're able to
Oh,
do.
yeah, look at all those people stretching.
Oh, it feels good. Whatever you can do, whatever outlet you can take to exercise by yourself or with others in your house. There's a variety of apps that can help you exercise and that can lead exercises. Our colleagues at Tools for Life have an app finder that helps find websites for this. And Suzanne is going to put a link in the comment box to that website to help if anybody wants a app to help them in exercising.
Oh, I also want to throw out there that ADMH has Get Fit and Be Healthy. And that is
Yes.
another option for exercising and eating and, trying to be healthier.
And also personal training.
Yes. Personal
Definitely.
training.
That's what I just did already.
Yes, personal training is hard work too.
It's easy for me because I had to.
We will also be sending out an email to everyone who registered with these resources, these links, as well as the PowerPoint. So.
So the two last self-coping or self-care tools that we really suggest are to eat healthy. It's so easy. I'm very guilty of eating junk food and eating tons of candy and chips, but that just makes me feel gross. But eating a healthy diet helps my mind feel clearer, helps me have more energy, and just helps that self-care being a healthier person. Also, having a regular sleep routine. It's recommended the average person to have 8 to 10 hours of sleep every night. And just having those regular sleep routines of going to bed at the same time every night and waking up in the morning at the same time just helps your body have that routine, that natural routine, and to be healthier in itself. So I think what's really important for me over this last year of being isolated and being stuck at home is to every day make a routine. Every day to have a routine, to have set targets, have set things that I'm going to do throughout the day to make it so it doesn't all just drag into one long day and where it's the same day over and over again. I also think it's really helpful to find a project to do at the house that you can complete. There's a sense of pride when you complete something. So whether that's doing laundry or helping with the dishes or any other chore around the house that you do, but just completing a task often gives us a self-gratification. And I think it really helps to complete one task at least every day to have that sense of I've completed something today. And then I think the most important is to find something fun. We are in such we're all lonely and we're all having overwhelming negative emotions, but we all need to do something fun every day. And it's just figuring out what is something that's small that you could do that's fun, or big, just something in your life fun each day. And then of course, eating healthy and sleeping well. But like I was just talking about, it is such a hard time for us all. We're all feeling isolated. We're all feeling uncertainty and a depressed state. but we need to find the good in our lives. We're all here today. We're all able to log onto this webinar, engage with another person. There's good in our life. We just have to sometimes think through it. And I think it's important for us all. Can we all name one good thing that's happened to you in the last month?
Name something. Something good that's happening.
You can type it in the chat box or you can tell everybody. One good thing that's happened to me is I've gotten to spend time with my dogs. I don't have to go to the office right now, so I don't have to leave them behind. And so I really appreciate their company and they really appreciate my company. Oh, we have a cat that has learned how to play fetch.
Wow. Wow.
Book club and life skills classes and having your friends around those.
I like spending time with my dad.
That's good.
Mm.
Spending time with family, yes. Evan?
For me, I enjoy with a Jewish class
Yeah,
with my roommate.
There she is.
good. What else has been good for people? Brian had a birthday and also he gets to go for walks at the park on pretty days. It is nice when there's pretty days. It
Today
makes
is
it a little easier because we can hang
lovely.
out
Today is
outside.
an absolutely beautiful day to get outside.
No, playing with a cat, Georgia.
Good
Yes.
What are some other good things?
Be me.
Just being you. That's a good thing.
Ah, that is a good thing.
Exercising. You know what? It feels really good to see all your faces. I haven't seen some of you in a long time.
Right.
Oh, learning how to cook and to bake. These are some good things. Driving around the neighborhood. That's fun too.
I think it's great that this period of all of us being at home has really created a necessity to go back to the simple things, hasn't it? The simple, like all of these things that we're saying are good things are just simple things, like hanging out with your dad, your cat, cooking and baking. It's those simple things in life that really are the good things.
I love hanging out with my dad a lot. He's driving home.
He's driving home right now. Yeah.
They're in the car coming home.
Good. Well, it is very important, and I want all of you guys to hear this message that you are not alone. We are all in this together. You see all these faces of people that have joined this webinar together. We are all have feelings of isolation and depression and anxiety, but we're in this together and we're not alone. And that is what's most important, is that there is someone out there that you can talk to. We're gonna now, Susanna is going to provide some resources.
All right. Well, people know me as the resource queen, so I thought I would take this little piece on. Once again, we'll email everyone these resources, but I'm going to share a different screen now. So I'm going to stop sharing that screen, and I'm going to share this other screen. Get my screens all together. So there's a couple different things going on around the country, because we can do things around the country now. Oh, sorry. All right. Can everyone see?
Yes.
It says Tash.
Yes.
All right. So there are a lot of things that we can do across the country that we hadn't been able to do before. And so one of them, so Tash is an organization, and this is last week's ad for their coffee break. But they have them on a regular basis, and you can sign up to participate for the coffee breaks And I'll give everyone this link, but it's just a time for people to hang out and chat, and just spend some time together. So this says, you need to sign up to participate in the Self Advocate virtual coffee break. You only need to sign up once. So if you have signed up for a previous coffee break, you don't need to sign up again. As soon as you sign up, you will get an email with information on how to join the meeting. You can sign up at any time up to and even after the start of the meeting. And let's see. It went over to my other screen. And so there's just this link. So you go in and put your first name, your last name, your email address, and then you can register. So the next one is tomorrow at 3:00 p.m. for those of us in the Eastern time zone. So if people are interested in that, I'm going to put it in the chat right now. But I'll also send this out. So Tash Coffee Break Chat. Sign up. All right, so there's one opportunity for you to get on a Zoom and meet some other people and chat with some other people. So we also, oh, you're seeing everything. Here's our slideshow. So there is Uniting for Change. So it is an organization that's made up of people from Georgia, and they're doing their own coffee hour on the third Wednesdays of each month. So here's a picture by Derek Hurd, who's a self-advocate here in Georgia. And you can use your computer, you can use a cell phone to get on. And their next meeting is March 17th. So I will send links to these. So you have to sign up each individual for these. The next one is Uniting for Change does several things. So they have another Community Strong event, which is held on Monday, every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. I thought I had the list up, but I don't right now. But they have guest speakers, and if you want to sign up, you can also sign up to interview somebody and learn about something new. So those are some opportunities that there are right now for people to get together and chat about things and learn about each other. So you can share that kind of information. Does anybody else have any kind of things that they do to interact with others during this time?
Book club.
What did you say, Carson?
I do book club,
Book club?
and I do piano lessons also.
Very good.
So Susanna, what he's referring to is the Dunamis Educational Foundation sponsors book club once a week and life skills classes once a month. And they can sign up through the Gwinnett County Public Library because we have a partnership with the Gwinnett County Public Library.
Hey, Miss
Awesome.
Carson, what did we just finish reading?
We just finished Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, it was fun. We did Reader's Theater. I guarantee they know that story better than lots of kids in school.
Yes.
Very awesome. Thanks for sharing, Pat and Carson.
Thank you. I mean, you're welcome. Forgot about that.
It's all good. Evan, what do you do to stay connected?
For me, I want to stay connected with my girlfriend and my roommate.
How do you do that though?
I'll talk to my girlfriend twice, and then hanging out with my roommate
All right.
every day when I'm with them.
What are other ways people have found to connect with others? We want to help give people some ideas. Pat?
Well, Blake is also taking advantage of a program called Broadway Bound, where they do singing and dancing for an hour. And then also taking advantage of Get Fit and Be Healthy. And that he meets with a group once a week, a small group, and then a large group once a month for Get Fit. And he has a personal trainer. So he's pretty busy, actually. I have to keep track of him.
How else are other people connecting?
Miss Lisa's not talking, but Happy Club is doing Zoom bingo sessions.
And now that you're saying that, I just remembered that L'Arche Atlanta has community, like virtual community events too. I'm typing all these things into the chat box so we'll remember that we said them and we'll be able to share them later. Brian uses Google Duo to play Uno games with his friends, and they each put the same puzzles together. Oh, I didn't even know you could do that with Google Duo. Cell phones, you can do some amazing things now, and we can also do things on laptops and on tablets. Does anybody else have anything to share that they like to do or that they want to do? Thank you, Pat. Well, everybody, thank you for being on here. We wanted just to give people some tips, some tricks, some resources. You know, we want you guys, you know, to feel some kind of connection and to try to feel a little better. I think things might be getting better sooner than later, but we had no idea we'd still be doing this, you know, a year later. So, we're hoping some good news is coming soon about vaccines in Georgia. And we know that some of you have been able to get your vaccines, and I hope that others will be able to get theirs soon, and that we can start seeing each other and seeing at least maybe half of our shining faces in person, because I have a feeling we'll be wearing masks for longer, but I'd rather see half of a smiling face in person. So thank you all so much for being here. Is there anything anybody would like to share?
No.
So if you want some information, and if you know you have any questions, my email is on this spreadsheet, is on this PowerPoint. There's also links to our different organizations, and we'll be sending this out as well to everyone who registered. So thank you all so much for being here, and I hope that you're able to find at least one good thing in every day, and that you're able to accomplish one thing during the day, and just keep doing that and keep moving forward, and we will all get through this.
Thank you. Thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
And Pat, I'll see you for next book club, okay? You're on mute.
Bye.
We'll see you next time. We're going to do fables and fairy tales and myths.
Okay.